Welcome all earthlings and other beings. My name is Lara, and this is Zoller Tarot and Art. Thank you for being here. Today what I'm going to be doing is reading your cards, and I'm also going to be drawing an image that I received in meditation as a download for this particular reading. I'm going to start out drawing the image that I saw and talking about that a little bit, and then I'll do the initial spread, and then a video will pop over here where you can watch me mostly complete the drawing. And then at the very end of the video, you can see the finished and colorized piece. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm very happy at springtime right now. Although this is a timeless reading, this is being recorded during spring, so I'm pretty happy. It's a beautiful image that was actually inspired by a song, and the song, let's see, I'm going to just start drawing this. So it was started out as like a figure of a person. It's a little bit abstract, but it should be clear what the image is about. But the song is called Jericho by an artist called Iniko, spelled I-N-I-K-O. And Jericho is a really powerful song. I swear it's a starseed activation song. So if you're inclined that way, definitely go check it out. But even the video is beautiful. It's just very artistic, very gorgeous, inspiring. So I was seeing like this person who looked like they were kind of like floating in the air, right? Their hands out. And then from their head sprouted all of these like tendrils, very stylized, which you'll see me develop when the other video pops up here. Anyway, and it had like leaves on it and things like that, growing curly cues. So the song Jericho, it says, Jericho, Jericho, walls come down like Jericho. So the song is about basically somebody who is not really human. They're like a star seed, right? So they have special abilities. And she's talking about Jericho, and Jericho is an ancient city in Palestine near Egypt, right? So it has the oldest towers that we know of on the earth. And the wall, which is about 12 feet thick, is still there too. And it's the oldest known defensive wall. You can look it up, a very long time ago that this was created. So she's talking about in the song, like, walls come down. So it's even the oldest walls, because of her presence and those like her, are coming down from the reality's crumbling. Like it's like saying the 3D reality is crumbling, and as we move into the 5D. And then the lines that really stood out to me that kind of inspired this drawing is, it says, I don't swim or sink, I just float. I don't need gravity, I just need growth. So it's like this person's floating here, doesn't need gravity, but she does need growth, right? So this is the growth. So I'm going to set this aside and develop it further later. I'm going to do this initial spread. And so we don't waste any time. I'm going to speed this part up while I lay out the cards, and I'll see you on the other side. Here we go. Okay, I have laid out your cards with all the clarifiers, and I see a pattern here. So let's just kind of go through it. It definitely ties into the song and the image, but it looks like you call judgment on something, right? And keep in mind that when I say he, she, they, that's all interchangeable as pronouns, so choose a pronoun that works for you. And also keep in mind to have a healthy distance from this reading or any other reading, because these are not personal readings. This is a general reading. This is a collective reading. So you're here. If you're here, there's something for you, but there might be something in here that doesn't sound like an exact fit, and if it doesn't, don't try to force it. Okay, that might be for somebody else who's maybe having a similar experience, but maybe different circumstances. Yeah. Okay. So you called judgment, and it was a really painful ending that you've had to go through. This is like really, like, it was almost like you've been stabbed in the back repeatedly by either one person or several people. And you realize, wow, you know what? I don't need to put up with this. I have options. I really, really do. Now we've got the tower here, and this ties directly into the Jericho song, which is Jericho, Jericho, walls come down walls come down like Jericho. And that's what the Tower is. But the Tower happens because of a need for cleaning things up, a need for purification. It's a sudden surprise. It's not always a bad thing. So, but somehow this needed to happen. The walls needed to come down from something really old, stagnant, that was like stabbing you in the back. So, yeah, you call judgment, karma coming in, right? So, and you've been patient. There are lots of cards here of being extremely patient. This is patience. This is patience. You know, this is patience. This is, yeah. So you've been working really hard. I can see that. You've been trying to be really careful about, see how she's holding on the Seven of Pentacles, which is, you know, Seven of Pentacles is about, you know, being, of course, patient, but waiting, sort of a delayed success, finishing what you started. So you're trying to finish up your projects, but she's growing all this beautiful stuff here, and she's working really hard to make sure it's right. She's cut this apple open to see, is this fruit, you know, healthy? Is this a good thing? So she's being real careful along the way to check her work and make sure that she's doing it right, because when she takes action, she wants to make sure it's right. And moving away from anything that no longer serves you, right? So you know, the Eight of Pentacles here is, again, a card about working hard and having patience, but it's about also being a master at what you do. Like mastery, you're really good at something. You're really, really good, and you're a hard worker. I can see that, and you really like quality. So you're very dedicated to what you've been doing. But this is laying over the Star, and the Star is telling me that some healing has been needed. You've been, from whatever this stabbiness was over here, you've had to move away, and you had to be really careful about how you did it. But I can see that here you've taken your time to do it right. When you take action, you're very decisive about it, and you're very careful about checking your work and moving away from things that don't work for you. But the problem is because you had to deal with all this stuff, you might be stuck in a state of like depression. So look at this. See, there's this woman, and there's this goose behind her, which would represent a friend, someone who's watching out for you. Maybe it's the universe watching out for you, holding this umbrella over her so that she, you know, the rain doesn't come down on her while she is going through her healing process, right? Also, she's very defensive. You have the Queen of Swords here. This is someone who has a tender heart, but they've been hurt, and they've endured a lot of nonsense from people who stabbed them in the back on purpose. And so it's understandable that you might be guarded with regard to interacting with other people. But see, there's this King of Cups over here, which is, to me, represents this goose. So it's like this person is a friend, but I feel like they're also a lover, because it's right next to this marriage card, right? So somehow this person's coming in and they're sheltering you or helping you, and this might turn into like a marriage. And this is celebration and happiness, so this is good. This is someone whom will bring you happiness. They will help you have a happy life, because who we choose as partners in life, even friendships and everything, really does make a huge difference in if we can, you know, garner the fruits of our labors and everything or not. Because say, for instance, you're in relationships with narcissists, they're going to do everything they can to tear you down, right? And they'll do it in covert and overt ways, but they can be really sneaky about it. They'll also not acknowledge anything that you do. They'll act like what you do is no big deal. And if you try to celebrate yourself at all, they'll be like, oh, well, you're just uppity and I need to take you down a notch. You know, it's just like, this is how narcissists think. And they're very, very insecure inside of themselves. But so what they do, instead of like healing, like you're doing, is they want to tear everything down around them. So it's like you're almost gotten away from something like that. Because you want to reap the rewards of your fruits. You don't want people stealing your stuff and taking your stuff, and you're willing to move away from and walk away from anyone who's going to mess with your life anymore. So yeah, you call judgment. So this person that's coming in, that's going to help you and like bring, you know, that umbrella song by Rihanna, I mean, is coming into my head. And it's almost like you need to go overseas, maybe either to meet with person, or this person's going to help you make connections overseas. This is business expansion, but see how she's holding this this sail, right? And there's the ocean. So she's just trying to decide, where am I going to put my boat? You know, where am I going to go? So once you decide, though, I feel like this person, this companion, is going to help you in some way and bring in, this is, you know, the Page of Pentacles here, bring in some kind of new prospects, maybe new money here. Yeah, this is definitely like extra income, and they're going to help keep you grounded as well and help you go, you know, then you'll be able to like really relax and trust as you go out into the world and to your new prospects. So, and what's interesting is this laying over the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is about heavy burdens. And I find this to be an interesting way to depict the Ten of Wands. Usually you see a guy who's, you know, got a bunch of sticks on his back and everything, but she has flowers. And she's still picking the flowers. And it's almost like this indicates someone who has helped other people develop their goals and their happiness. You know, you possibly have tried to help other people and heal them. You might be very, you know, empathetic. You might feel very deeply for others. And you sacrificed yourself a lot to help others. And it's been a big, heavy burden. But it's time to let that go so that you can you know, grow your own stuff, right? So instead of growing other people's stuff, grow your own now. It also might be that like you've had children that have left home or something like that. And so that will change your life as well. And the burdens of having to constantly care for children transforms into something else where you can focus on yourself more, for instance, or on your projects. And then, of course, at the end here, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is excellent good luck. These are blessings. This is great fortune. This is a turning point. So for all the stuff that you have gone through and the things that you've had to let go of and the healing you've had to do, and this person coming in who's going to help you, or it could be many people, this person you may marry, you know, you deciding where you want to put your, you know, set your sails towards next, all of this coming in, letting go of these burdens. Now it's a turning point where things are going to change. So let's pull from an oracle and see if we can get more clarification on this whole situation for you. What do we need to know for this collective, please? All right. You know, there's that line I was talking about in the song where she says, I don't swim or sink, I just float, like in the drawing. And that reminds me of this card too. It's like you get to decide that. All right, another one, please. I will list the names of all of these decks below so that you can get your own if you want to, and to acknowledge the wonderful creators of these decks. Yeah. Okay, one more, please. What do you know about this? Okay, so what this is telling me, the slow and steady is just reemphasizing all the patience you've had to have while you've been going through this, all the careful planning, the careful hard work. You've taken it slow and steady, but you're doing it right. You're doing it right. So you just need to heal up this depression, and when this person comes in, that'll help you trust again, right? I mean, you know, you've been working even hard at night. You've been really pushing through to make up for lost time, perhaps. I mean, there's an owl in here too, so it's about wisdom again. But look at, they've got wings on here, and to me that reminds me of that line again from the song, and where she says, I don't need gravity, I just need growth. So it's almost like you don't need things weighing you down anymore. You just need to grow and expand. You need to grow. You need to grow. You don't need this weighing down. You need to grow, right? And on this card here, you have rock bottom. Well, where do you go when you hit rock bottom? The only way to go is up, right? So you know, perhaps this, I mean, Ten of Swords for sure, like this is the same kind of thing, rock bottom. This is having so many swords in your back that you're just face down on the ground, and like maybe someone tried to take you out or just completely destroy you, or destroy your reputation, perhaps, something like that. I'm going to see what your obstacles are, though. So let's see, what are the obstacles, please, for this collective? What are the obstacles and the challenges this collective needs to address? What are the obstacles and challenges they've been dealing with? Yep. Okay, another one, please. Obstacles and challenges. Yeah, you're definitely the wounded warrior for sure. Nine of Wands. It's telling you to maintain your boundaries. You might be feeling drained still, which we see down here too. Just make your final push. Make that final push. Another one. Obstacles and challenges. And another one, please. Obstacles and challenges. I think you might have had trouble like staying grounded too. And that could be many things. It could just be that you're just so tired. it's hard to stay grounded. It could be maybe, you know, you use substances of some sort, or if you know, when it said moonlight, so if you're burning the midnight oil, if you're working through the night and everything, you might not be getting enough sleep or something like that. So all of those things will cause you to not feel grounded. So try to take care of yourself. This is over the star card from before too, which is all about healing and taking care of yourself, taking the time to love on yourself, right? And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And so your challenge is, you really, maybe you don't quite see yet how you're going to achieve this, you know, generational wealth that you want to, you know, maybe because you have children or something, or you want to leave a legacy, right? You're not sure how to do that. You don't see it yet because you've been working, you're keeping your head down and working so hard and everything. You know that you want to achieve certain things. You just don't know yet how you're going to do it. But I think this person coming in who you may not have met yet, because it's kind of, I think they're kind of taking their time to get here, but once you hook up with them, and maybe you have met them already, but once you hook up with them and maybe even marry them, they're going to help you a lot get through whatever this stuff is. It's almost like they're the missing piece. Yeah, it's like they're the missing piece to bring you this wish fulfillment. Somehow they're going to open up some avenues for you. And again, I feel like it's going to be overseas that a lot of this is going to happen. Where and when this is going to happen. So let's see what your solutions are. What are the best things this collective can do to get the best results? What are the things this collective can do to get best results? Please, best results. Yep, another one, please. And another one. All right. Okay. Yeah, again, so for me, these all three read take care of yourself. This is all about self-care. So you've been focused on building all of this stuff for yourself and others, but I feel like right now it's really emphasized. So remember kindness. So kindness is not just how we treat others. Obviously you're a kind person, but it's also about being kind to yourself. How do you speak to yourself? Do you use quality words with yourself? Do you call yourself an idiot or not? You know, do you say, you know what, that's okay, you're human, and you know, people make mistakes. Are you kind to yourself? Do you say nice things like, gosh, I look really nice today, I'm really glad that I accomplished this thing? You know, and it might be that you've been dealing with so many people who wanted to tear you down and not acknowledge you or give you any kind of like recognition or anything because of their jealousy, pettiness, narcissism, et cetera, that maybe you started to believe some of that stuff, and you're going to have to reprogram yourself, reprogram your mind. You know, one of the things about narcissism, and I've been through this myself, is breaking a trauma bond, right? Trauma bond is simply conditioning. It's conditioning. They condition your mind to think a certain way. So you might have been a perfectly balanced person, and a narcissist could come into your life and trauma bond you. They love bomb you, and they make it look like everything's cool and great, and then they start chipping away at you slowly, right? They chip away at your self-esteem, they chip away at your resources, they chip away at your energy, they try to make you feel bad about yourself, they try to plant things in your mind that you're just not that attractive, that you're just not that talented. I've been through all of this stuff with people, but I had to go through therapy to break the trauma bond, which was well worth it. You know, and now I can see narcissists from a mile away, and I know all their games that they're playing. It's really obvious to me now when it wasn't before. But I had to go through all of that to finally, you know, get to the point where I could heal and then really accomplish the things that I want to do. So that takes time, that takes patience, and it takes reprogramming your own mind inwardly so that you speak kindly to yourself, so that you're good to yourself, regardless of what anybody else says, what all the circumstances are, whether you have money or not, anything at all. Be kind to yourself. Start with yourself. Inward love, right? Self-love. And worship at the temple. So this is a double meaning for me. First of all, this has ladybugs all over it. Ladybugs are like indications of good luck. There's like a 4-leaf clover, things like that. So first of all, worship at the temple. Your body is your temple, right? This is you are an expression of the divine. You are an expression of Great Spirit or God, right? So take care of your body and really enjoy yourself. Really enjoy this temple that you've been given. It's temporary. We all die, you know. But enjoy it while you have it here, and don't get so caught in your head with all the negative stuff and everything that you can't truly enjoy being present now and in the moment. The other meaning I see on here, because of the feather and because of the word temple, is that you might want to delve deeper into your own spirituality, like make the connection, create a construct for yourself if you don't have a religion or something like that. Create your own construct. This is why we have imagination, right? This is and to make tap in and connect. You know, the song Jericho, she talks about being tapped in, connected. You know, she can feel it in her bones. She's heavily protected, never alone, right? Tapped in. She says, I'm connected to the unknown. So that's what this is telling me, is that there's a need to do that, or just strengthen that if you already have that. Yeah, keep working on that. And then practice flexibility. So this is like not being too hard on yourself if you have to shift and move. And when when we're here in the 3D, which is really like boot camp, it's really tough and everything, you have to be adaptable. You can't just be like, this is the way and the only way, or I was brought up this way and this is the only way we do things. That's not a good way to go through life, because you will come up against the walls, and the walls will have to come down, like Jericho, right? So yeah, so practice flexibility inside of yourself, and how you see things, and how kind you are to yourself and everything, and how you maneuver through the world. You don't necessarily need to tell people what you're doing. Just be flexible and maneuver as you need to. Adapt. Adaptation is one of the best qualities a person can have. So let me pull from this oracle and see if we can get some more information. And then I might pull one card from another one, and then we'll wrap this up. So what do we need to know, please? Final messages. All right, another one, please. Lizards, lizards, lizards. Okay, another one, please. What else do we need to know? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this to me is about alchemy. This is about taking whatever it is you have, whatever's going on, and turning it into something positive. Turn your pain into power, turn your experience into power, right? So you have lizard spirit, which says dream the world into being. This is about using your imagination, which I was just talking about. So dream about what it is, the world the way you want it to be. Dream about what would be nice in your world, what you would like, and believe that this could happen, but just dream it first. So you have to have the idea first, the dream of that. And then a chameleon spirit talks about act as if. So the chameleon changes colors according to what it's touching, what its background is, etc. Right? So when you're dreaming, this is kind of what you've done back here, is you knew you wanted a certain outcome and everything. You knew there was something better, and you've been working really hard and being really patient to get it. So it's an act as if. Yeah, just keep moving. Just keep adapting, right? The chameleon adapts, right? Because we had practice flexibility down here. Yeah, so that's just a reiteration of that. And then we have stag spirit, which says take the lead. So, dream it, act as if it is, and then take the lead. So I think I've shown you this before, like it's just a basic concept of life is like when you fight against something, it just doesn't move, right? But if something is fighting against you and you take it and you move with it, right? And you pull it, then you control. Then you control that thing that was trying to fight against you, instead of you just being stagnant. You move it, right? So you dream this into being, act as if, and take the lead. So take everything that you know, everything you've been through, and turning it into something powerful for you. Beautiful. Okay, I am going to pull one more card. I think I'm going to pull from, let's pull from Quan Yin. She's deeply compassionate. She is the goddess of compassion in the Chinese culture, an ascended master. She bears witness to the tears of humanity. Let's see. Oops. Whoop. I don't take drop cards. Okay, although it did have a tower on it, didn't it? Okay. Please, for this collective. All right, so there's the image. Beautiful. That almost reminds me of like meditating in place. Yeah. The dance unveiling. There is a situation in your life that's about to reveal itself to you with greater clarity. Just like the sands shifting, the picture will seem clearer and quite different to you how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. Well, again, about patience. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just understand that everything happens in divine timing. if you are being good to yourself and you are getting, working to get as clear as you can on what your dream is, and you keep putting the work in and everything, you're going to get results. So yeah, because remember we had the Fool card here. That's the same thing, is just keep going. Things are coming to you that you're going to need, and good luck is coming to you. So, and things will be changing for you. It's almost like a new realization. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for being here and watching this. I hope this helped you in some manner, and I hope that you're also inspired by the artwork, and maybe you go and do your own artwork. That would be great. So yeah. And I always appreciate your likes, your comments, and of course subscribing. If you subscribe to the little bell thing so that I show up in your feed. And until I see you next time, thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.